Well, good morning. It's me, Jim, all by myself, driving a van over to the Yurok Oz goat farm, getting out of Nazareth, leaving the other guys behind to start the Jesus Trail hike. So yes, I am driving a stick shift with one hand, and just to give you an idea what it's looking like leaving Nazareth this morning. Seven Hills of Nazareth. That was a policeman there. I'm not sure it takes two kinds of me doing this. Alright, that's it. Just a little what the road looks like out of Nazareth. Okay. So Friday morning, November 10th, and our whole crew here inside the Church of the Annunciation. So filing past the grotto down there, cave. I think it's one of the traditional sites where Mary was not drawing water, but a site where she was, the Lord spoke to her and said, "You will be bearing a child, my son Jesus." So now we're outside, basically sort of the courtyard area of the Church of the Annunciation. So our guys are hanging out. Statue of the Virgin Mary.
Menina que Deus amou e escolheu, mãe de Jesus, o Filho de Deus, Maria que o povo.
Inside Church of the Annunciation.
Tend to twist your ankles or anything like that. I do a lot. Our times are going to be pretty good. We're not going to be rushing. This is a slow one hike. But we're going to start early on days 2, 3, and 4 so that we can get everything in during the daylight hours. That's the problem here is it gets late. Light, 5:30? And then it'll get dark, hard dark at 5 p.m. So we want to be at the campsite. We'll have fires there. We're also going to start early on our long driving days, and that's just so you can see everything without being rushed. That's just kind of a matter of scheduling.
Alright, so we're hiking up out of Nazareth, going through one of the old market areas. So up we will go. Oh, lovely, the olives. You don't like olives. I don't like olives. Yeah, that's a shame.
Oh, it is.
Big shame.
This set of stairs. Find that much.
Dang, I keep thinking. Jess, what do you think?
I'll stop.
Hello.
You have a nice view. It is a nice view.
Now, if I was in my hiking cruise, that would be bad.
Yeah.
There's always one.
Oh, you didn't put your high top on. You don't have your high top.
No. Married and they've got at least one kid now. We need to get him to come and speak at some of our events. Oh, that'd be cool.
Do I hear Hank?
I struggled with playing that well.
God's not dead.
All right, here we are walking past the neighborhood, and yes, pomegranate trees. Cool as that. All right, hiking along, and we are pretty much at the entrance of Zipori National Park. And yes, we need to go up on that hill. She's explained to us why olives, which are horrible anyway, how she makes them taste better.
With water and the olives. With all of this, and for a month, you change the water in every couple of days. And after a month, this is need to be ready. Okay.
How old are the trees?
I don't know.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Thank you. You did a good job.
Well, you can tell it's from here because it's holy. All right, on to the sights of Zipori. All right, here at Zipori, making our way to the Crusader Fortress, and man, look at all this ridiculous
That's why they
cactus.
call it a fortress.
I know. That's incredible. Oh, look, Nathan, more steps. And there's the fortress up there. Wow. All right, off we go. So, still at Zipori. We had left to a Crusader fort. And so in here, a bunch of mosaics, floor mosaics for rich people who could afford to really put really cool stuff down there. Yeah. And here's the old, one of the Roman road. And if you look close enough, whether they're grooves from chariot wheels or just from water running down, as Nathan thinks.
No, I think that's true. I don't know what they
Yeah.
hard to believe it had that much traffic on it. Imagine rush hour.
Imagine rush hour.
Look at all the dots on it. Look at these cross
I mean, they're,
for traction.
it's true. I mean, they are equally spaced, aren't they?
Unless they were used somehow to split in this code. It must be for traction.
All right, heading back to the visitor center. Our time is up. Meeting up with the rest of the crew and get back on the road. The march continues. About another 4 miles or so to Cana, where we'll end our hike for the day.
You too. Enjoy.
Bye. Tschüss. Später. All right, here's the whole crew.
5:35 or 6.
Done.
Almost 6. That's not bad.
Still at Zipori, just finishing up, and the last thing we're going to see is the water cistern. So how they got water from other parts of the Galilee region and stored it down here. But look at that. How they dug these things out. Amazing.
I read something over in the business that said that they channel it through aqueducts. Even now,
And then we finish up and leave out here. All right, ahead is Mashhad, the traditional home of Jonah. So we're headed that way. And yeah, so all the guys here are just, man, taking a break. It seems like it's been uphill both ways.
Yes.
Yes. But fortunately, the weather is just outstanding. Cool breeze. We're good.
How you doing? Awesome. I want a picture.
Muslim cemetery. Arab cemetery.
hello.
No. It'll be worth it.
As long as you get the video. Hey, Army, you know there's cars on this road.
You can't, hey. This is just a crazy narrow road here in Mashhad. All right, finally, slow down. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Salam.
Hi.
Ooh. That's one irate feline. What up, my man? All the little kids like to say hello. Hi. Hi. Wow, look at them all. No? 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 No, no, no. All right. All right, so we had left Mashhad, still in the Jesus Trail, entering now into the town of Cana. And everybody remembers Cana is known for Jesus' first miracle, turning water into wine at the wedding. And also later, he healed a nobleman's son. But this is what it looks like today. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Alright, so it's Friday night, November 10th, and after a long day of hiking, we're having a fabulous outdoor meal at Yarok Az, affectionately known as the Goat Farm. So here's our hostess who cooked all this. And it's a vegetarian meal tonight. That means it's meatless, Dave.
It's okay, I brought some beef jerky.
Look at that, man. It smells so good. So the round little dudes.
Respect. That's a major deal. You guys really stress that.
Ignore the camera.
Okay, so you can just
So this was
So-
before the establishment of the state of Israel.
1930. State was 1948.
Yeah.
The story here really begins. I don't have those photographs on me, but we're talking about an ancient settlement going back to the patriarch period. We've got hundreds of burial caves all over the place, and
תקשיבה ממש ממש טובה.
people made their living here, of course, from agriculture, olive oil, wine, and that's the majority of the, say, all the stone equipment that we can see the remains, archaeological remains that we have here all over. So we know it was a very big village.